It is race day. In about 2 hours, I'm gonna be in the thick of it. So I'm a little bit congested, and so yesterday I noticed, the symptoms of a cold or allergy. It's really smoky outside. So now that I'm only 2 hours away from going to compete, I'm a little bit nervous, not terribly, but I know in the end, even if I don't do great in my Samson run, worst case I can't finish it because I don't feel well or something happens, then at least I know I get to go be an encouragement coach, which is the positive side to this. And it's a side that I can't fail in because I'll be pushing others and going alongside them as they're doing the course and trying to help encourage them along the way. So what's really on my mind at this point, and am I nervous about this? And a little bit, but at the same time, I know that God is with me through this journey. I've come a long way since the beginning, and that's what I'm really gonna think on today is, where I was at the start of this journey. Now, if we don't share common ground and when it comes to faith and beliefs, then that's okay, because I have another outlet, which is at It's Your Boy Coach. If you've ever set a really high goal or something, probably not achievable and you're still gonna go towards it anyway, I invite you to check that journey out. If this isn't your cup of tea or your flavor, there's two different sides to this journey. One is the secular and one is the spiritual, and we're all in different places, and depending on where you're at in terms of mentally overcoming, the small difficulties, it's sometimes taking on an impossible goal. Really, at the end of the day, what life's all about is growing. So I just want to say that if you're tuning in and you're following along this journey, I'm thinking of you, I'm praying for you, that you'll get the encouragement and things you need to hear to grow in your faith and your belief in Christ. I asked someone special about the Samson story and what their thoughts were, and what wisdom we can take away. And I'm just gonna go ahead and read the answer that I got because I really like it, and there's a lot of gems in this. There's definitely a lot, but for now I would say how easy it is to fall into what God has given you rather than fall more into God, who was the one who gave it. Samson was given strength, a calling, a purpose, and he decided to define himself by what he had rather than the one who gave it. How easy is it for believers to fall into pride from what we possess rather than falling deeper into God, who promises us a hope and a future. Even more, that he wants to give and to use us for his glory rather than where we currently are. Samson was too content by what he was given and by how he was being used, and that compromised his attitude towards God, which put himself into a position of pride. And that's kind of what I want to end this side of the story on is, pride is something that can come into us in many, many forms. And the opposite of pride is humility. And so I'd like to think that as I've gone through these 13 weeks, that's what I've learned most in this journey, is to humble myself and to just remember that I can't do this in my own strength. He is my strength. Now, something that comes up in health and fitness, and I see it when people are, expressing their spirituality and their beliefs, is the verse Philippians 4:13. And it says that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I've used it in the past with doing another rep, doing another set, really getting amped up and motivated because I'm thinking, hey, God's given me strength through this. But if you read the verses before it, it talks about being content in life, saying, hey, through strength and weakness, hungry or full, blessings and in trials, He's the one who gets us through everything. I guess the lesson for today is that when you're reading through certain verses, get motivation however you want to get it, because sometimes, depending on the stages of life you're in, some verses are going to speak a little bit differently than others, and they're going to come across stronger. And the ones that are drawing you closer to Him, that's how you know you're reading it correctly, and it's what you need for the day, or for the week, or for the month, or for whatever event, circumstances you're going through. So with that said, I guess, all the best. I hope you enjoy this series. I hope you get something from it.